Are you in dire need of some extra materials, maybe to juice up that brand new event character? Then I got you covered with every single spot for tier 3 and tier 4 materials in Lost Ark. Before we get started, I would highly appreciate if you thought this video was useful at any point, leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. As well, if you need any extra tips or personalized advice, you can go ahead and check me out on Twitch at ImDefild. So all these materials are either a one-time or a weekly purchase limit, so sometimes of course you can get yourself a bit more, but never again on the same account. As well, all tier 3 and tier 4 materials will be a little bit mixed in between, because some of these shops actually offer some more depending on their eye level, so I'm sorry they're not in order. Just of course check every single spot. So let's get this started. First of all, we're going to start at the coast of Khorasan. You're going to be able to find yourself a ship which is on every port, but as well there will be sometimes a plum crab ship spawning, which we currently do not have. But this plum crab ship actually sells you some gems for pirate coins. This one will be around here. You can always check it off the coast of Khorasan. Then as well, you have yourself on every city a merchant ship like this one. This one sells you, of course, some runes and stuff and some card XP, but you're mainly after the shard bags and honing mats for pirate coins. Of course, if you need some more pirate coins, you can always use these high sea coins, which you sometimes get from chests, and convert them into pirate coins and then use them to buy the material. Up next, it's time to travel to a few islands. First of all, we're going to go to Indigo Island. Once you arrive, you get yourself a little quest line which you can follow. Of course, when you've gone ahead and followed the quest line, you're going to be able to find yourself a dungeon. And at the end, of course, defeat the boss. You can stay your own character, or you can use the transformation if you want to. If you're in transformation, you don't need any bubbles, but if you're in your own character, you do need it. And when you're outside and have followed the quest line, you can now every single day enter the same dungeon once again. And then you can talk to this luminous coral stone exchange jellyfish, which is next to the entrance where there was before. And this will be the place where you can get yourself your materials. You can see we got to sell some nice materials, including of course as well some support chests, including honing stones, so definitely worth doing every single day. Next island on the list is gonna be the Buzzling Bee Island. Go over there and then of course do the quest line. After you've done that, you can enter yourself the Trail of Honor, which is at the top of the map. You'll be as a bee instead of your own character, and this is a little bit more annoying, but you can see there will be an entrance every hour appearing. We're actually on time for this one, but I have already done most of this, so you're gonna go in there, do a little race every single day, once a day, and if you've done that, you get yourself some currency to spend inside of this shop right here. This will have a bunch of tier 4 materials actually, which is nice. You can see you get yourself some of the stones, you get yourself some leap stones, auto rights card packs as well. You can see there's even some more tier 3 materials as well, so this shop literally has both, which is absolutely amazing. Next 2 islands we're gonna go to, which are gonna be the final 2 by the way as well, it's going to be Moko Island and as well the Anguished Island, which are next to the coast of Punika. So as same for the other islands, just do yourself a little bit of a quest line and then you can finally take full advantage of the mini game that's here every so often. The timers to start these mini games you can find in the top left, including the one as well you can find from the bee. So you can see we have the Witch's House, which is for Moko Island, just like the Trail of Honor was in the previous one. So we'll start here next to this little sign. So if it's the time of the day and Witch's House spawns, you can go ahead and take on Witch's House, and once you've done it, you get yourself some coins at the end, which are going to be exchanged over here at Meta Moko, and you can see you get yourself a bunch of materials in the gifting sets. You can see some leap stones, you can even get engravings and other things in here as well, which is absolutely awesome. Up next is going to be Anguished Isle. This one is a little bit different because you're going to need yourself a entrance key, which you can get from this quest right here. Talk to Danu, and you can see we get yourself a key if we complete this quest. So we're going to have to go ahead and defeat some monsters around the map or pick up some items if you are not strong enough, because you can do this quest actually super duper early. You can see I picked up some belongings. Once you're done with that, grab yourself your key and as well some of the reward currency. Then in the northeast, you will find yourself a dungeon where you can use the key and get even more of those materials. And then, of course, once you have the materials, you can go ahead and exchange them at the Crimson Skyne right here, which are going to give you guys some leap stones, some gems, a Overwhelm legendary rune, and as well a legendary engraving recipe, which is really cool. You probably have to farm this quite a bit because there's actually an Omnium Star locked behind this dungeon as well. So that's going to be all the islands. Up next, we're going to talk a little bit about story. So story, of course, you can do with every single character there is, and especially the South Khorasan. North Khorasan give a good amount of materials. With the express event, you're going to be able to be teleported and complete South Khorasan right away. So of course, go ahead and complete North Khorasan as well to get yourself some extra materials. But of course, if you have a new alt, you can do all the story and get a bunch of materials on every character. Up next, we're going to talk about the stores that are existing in towns that you can go ahead and ransack for some free materials every single week. First off, in Northvern, we have ourselves the Nada NPC, which you can actually get yourself some free rapport every week for some silver. Up next, we have ourselves the Amethys Shard Exchange. You get yourselves Amethys Shards from just playing the game and get them from random places, or of course watching Twitch and getting some drops. So I thought I'd put it in there as well. You get yourself some battle items, Fions are in here. You can even get yourself some cool masks if you want to, a mount, and a bunch of other things are inside of this shop, which is pretty useful. With a gold icon on the map, you can see the gold shop in most cities as well. You can get this from playing the Una task. So I'll quickly over those as well. So Una tasks are going to be daily or weekly challenges depending on which kind of materials you want. You can get yourself shards, you get yourself leap stones, or as well some other things like silver or even some stones and that kind of stuff. For most of the farm materials, there is at least one of them out there, and just go ahead and grab which one you like the most. You can do 3 Unas a day, up to 6 if you use some extension tickets. And if you're very lazy, of course, you can use some instant complete tickets if you want to as well. These you can get from random events or, of course, buy from the Rapport Shop. Then we have weekly challenges as well. These ones cannot be skipped, sadly, but you can go ahead and just do them for some extra rewards once a week. And then you can see if you do yourself your weeklies or dailies up to a certain amount of things a day daily, you get yourself some of the Paragon tokens, which you can then exchange at the gold shop for some bound gold chests. Let me just go ahead and exchange and run right now. Boom. And if you go ahead and use them, you get yourself some free bound gold. And we were lucky to get yourself some extra thin bars. If you're really lucky, you get yourself a 10,000 gold bar. The next shop is one of the best shops in the game, indicated by a blue icon, which is going to be the solo mode exchange. You get these tokens by doing raids that are in the same tier as a solo mode raid, so that's going to be Echidna and below, and these you can use on several different items every single week, and some of them of course are limited, but you can see there is literally shard bags in here, there's orehas in here, so many good items, and some of these are just one time on a roster. Then as well you can get yourselves gems from here and other juicy materials, including some of the transcendence tickets or amulets, and then as well you can get yourself even more materials that you can get from raids every single week. So definitely worth checking out this shop. Then as well, if you are doing raids that you technically don't need to farm anymore for upgrades, you can exchange those materials for other things as well. So you can see we have ourselves a behemoth skill, which we can exchange for dark fires or wisdom or even some juice mats. So that's why these are so useful. So you can see I can grab myself up some leap stones or shards, or even some lava breads and glacier breads, which are for tier 4 honing. The same are for the Kezeros raids, of course. They're going to be able to buy yourself books and all these other kind of materials. Just check them all out. There's a bunch of them in there. And even the Legion raids, you get yourself some of the Chaos Stones if you want to. And there's even some hope amulets and stuff in here as well. And then Eye of the Case from Akan, you can actually exchange for some tier 3 honing mats. And then we're almost done. If you do yourself some of the very early raids, you can even exchange those bloods for some great honor leap stones. So those are most of the shops you can get yourself some stuff from every single week. Up next, we as well have the raids and other content. So first off, of course, we have the Kezeros War map, where you can do yourself your daily chaos dungeons, you can do your guardian raids, you can do your raids as well, and that's what most people know. Of course, a big source as well is doing your cubes that you can get yourself from Curse in Front. Use your tickets to go ahead and get yourself a bunch of gems and other materials to hone. These exist as well for tier 3, and they're always worth running on every single tier. Besides that, every single character as well can do the tower. The tower is consistent of 3 parts, which you have to do on most characters at least once, because you get yourself skill potions if you've never cleared a floor. So you can see this is going to be the tier 2 version. It has some tier 2 materials in there, not too important, but as well as going to give you skill potions. Then of course we have the tier 3 version as well. If you're doing something for the first time ever on your account, you get different rewards than if you do them on consecutive other characters. That's why my rewards will seem different than for you, because if you've never done this, you actually get a bunch of honing shard bags, which is absolutely awesome. So definitely worth doing it tower. And then of course at the end we have Fortune Spire, which is a big one, which has a ton of materials. Look at all those shard bags as well, and stuff ready up for grabs. Up next, a really obvious one, just abuse every event there is. Currently, of course, we have the 3rd anniversary. This is chock full of materials. You get yourself the 3rd anniversary coins by logging in, and as well, of course, doing your dailies on every single character. Use these, of course, to get every single bit of juice there is inside of the game. Next to the event shop, currently there is an arc pass. This of course can always exchange, but these are here quite often. This again is chock full of rewards with a free tier, a premium tier, and super premium. Super premium is only going to give you some cosmetics. In my opinion, it's always worth picking up premium, but we're here for some free goodies, not paying some money to the game. But if you want to, you can always pick up those extra goodies later on when you've completed the pass and have some money to burn. Up next, we're going to have the guild shop. If you join a guild that's actually a little bit higher level, like level 26, you get access to the full Bloodstone shop. So Bloodstone is a currency you just get by playing the game, and every single week, if you're in a guild, then you can go ahead and spend that Bloodstone on the shop for some XP potions, honing materials, entrance tickets to Cube, and more. So you can see right here we get ourselves silver chest, honing materials like shards, leap stones, and even tradable destruction and guardian stones. Then as well you have yourself entrance tickets to the cubes inside of here as well, and some lava breath and glacier breath, and as well some sage's power to get yourself some tripod upgrades. We're gonna have some every other day daily activities. That's gonna be the Chaos Gate and the world boss. So you can see the Chaos Gate appears in every single area in the world, and depending on what eye level you have, it's what kind of materials you're gonna get. So you can get tier 3 or tier 4 materials. These always spawn at the same locations on side of the map. Every single area has one. For example, North Kurzan has one gonna be right here where it spawns. It's all different, and the wool boss, for example, spawns right there. The wool boss again follows the same logic, spawns every 2 days, and then of course if it spawns, you can see it's on the list. So one spawns for us in 10 hours because that's a new day, and then you can see you get yourself any of the items. But if you go to the highest tier, which currently for us is gonna be Sevek Atun, you can see you get yourself some tier 3 gems, some poison runes, stones, and all the kind of stuff. Of course, the lower you go, the less items you're gonna get. So it's always worth farming regardless on your highest character. And everyone that likes to torture themselves a bit with some PvP, then go to the command center over here. If you go to the Proving Grounds entry board, you can go ahead and talk to it, and you can go ahead and if you got some materials, exchange them for rewards. Of course, you get yourself some cool mounts inside the game, which are pretty cool. I actually got these once in my lifetime, but sadly, they are not a permanent thing. You can go ahead and even exchange them for materials. You can see right here, boom, some Sharbex in tier 4, which looks absolutely awesome. As well, they have tier 3 and tier 2 versus tier 1. Everything in there. So if you do PvP, you can literally do all these weekly every single week. You need quite a bit of these, so you know they're quite a grind to get, but you know, free materials are free materials. Then if you click your little compass icon underneath your map, you're gonna be able to find yourself the Primal Island. This as well has a bunch of materials if you get a certain position inside of the island. It's like a battle royale game. I'm not the biggest fan of this bad boy, but you know, it is free material, so you know, do it if you want to. And last but not least, I wouldn't know if I should put this in the video, but I do think it's some way of getting materials, and that is going to be Lifeskilling. So if you of course press B, you have yourself your Lifeskilling menu, and there's going to be things around the map you can gather for materials, like this tree over here. What's cool about logging, it is very slow with one person, but if you would have another person, you're actually going to work together and use a double-ended saw to take down the tree, and you're going to go ahead and get yourself materials so much faster. You get yourself some life energy every single day, and once it of course depletes, the next day you'll have a bit back. It's around 1/3 of your whole bar every single day, so you don't have to do this every single day, but you know, it gives a lot of materials. These are used to craft orehas, which are needed to hone your gear, and otherwise you can always just sell them on the market if you really want to, because they are worth a lot of money. That's it as far as I know. That is all of the locations to get yourself some tier 3 and tier 4 materials. Of course, if I missed any, there is so many places inside of this world. Let me know in the comment section down below, but this should cover most of them. So good luck getting yourself those tier 3 and tier 4 materials. Of course, if you guys would be nice, I would like a like on today's video, subscribe if you knew, if you thought it was useful, and as well check out my Twitch at ImDefild. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later for another one. Take care, guys.